Welcome to Overthinkers Society. This is your host, Sue. Am I recording even? Okay, I'm recording. So, you know how by the way, hello everyone if you're listening. Welcome to Overthinkers Society. I think I've already said this. You know how all podcasts have these intro, really cool intro sound? I guess I could use one of my songs kind of as an intro sound for this podcast, but also, couldn't really be bothered. So might as well just sing it myself. Just make it up as I go. Spice it up every single time. The song, intro song, the segment songs. They all change every single time I do it. It's more fun that way. More convenient. It's built in. I don't have to edit it in. Just built in. So I guess take 2. Let's go. Do 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 Overthinker Society. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hello. Hello everyone. If you're still listening after this stupid intro, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm doing this recording just a little bit in advance. I might actually I just record these things on a whim, whenever I feel like it. Unless I have a scheduled a meeting with a guest. A solo one. Kind of like it. You know, I've been experimenting with doing segments and stuff. Might do a little news a news broadcast today. An update. I hate news. I hate watching news. I hate watching the news because it's filled with depressing stuff. But I might make my own version of non-depressive news. I don't know. Maybe it might turn into a depressing news while I do it. No guarantees. Yeah, I've been enjoying these solo recordings more and more. Although this is my second solo episode, so I might get tired of it real quick. Yeah, so I'm recording this a little bit in advance of the week ahead of me at the time of this recording because next week is going to be hectic for me. Next week, I don't know what next week is going to be when this video goes out, when this podcast episode goes out, but next week for me at the time of this moment is going to be a hectic one. Going over to do a little photo shoot for a secret collaboration project. It's not really that secret. Well, actually, I guess it is a secret in the sense that I've never really talked about it. There's not much people at the moment listening to this podcast right now, so I'll just say it. It's a little exclusive teaser for the small audience over here on Overthinker Society. This is for you guys. I'm doing a little collaboration jewelry collection with a jewelry brand called Non Non. I guess it's pronounced Nun Non. Nun Non. It's NONENON. And I did a little jewelry series with them, and it's going to come out sometime next year, and I'm going to be the model for it too. So I'm going to go for a little photo shoot with them, wearing my own jewelry that I designed myself. Hell yeah. of course, with the help of professional jewelry designers, because I don't know shit about designing jewelries, and I don't know how the geometry, how the chemicals, the physics, the physics of it. I don't really know how it works. So, if it's scientifically possible, if it's mechanically possible, I would be like, hey, can we have like, oh man, it'd be so epic if we can make a necklace that has like a revolving shape of a realistic looking cloud like hovering in the middle of the necklace. And sure, but the cost is going to be $2,000 for each necklace. So I got a little help from the jewelry designers, the jewelry makers at None, but it's been made. There's a little series of pieces here and there, and I can't wait to show it to you guys sometime soon. So yeah, I'm doing a photo shoot for that next week, and also I've got a new Christmas song coming out soon next week as well, and I have yet to shoot anything for it. Music video, nothing. I've got nothing. A lyric video, nothing. I've got nothing. I got nothing but the song. I'm proud of the song. I got nothing to carry it with. Like, it's just there. So I don't know. I gotta shoot a music video. Edit the music video. Go for a whole day of a photo shoot. Also, I've got my little part-time job / healing time. And my part-time job packing toys. It's fun. It's good fun. I call it a hobby, but it is a job after all, and it's mandatory for me to go there. So I gotta do that on top of that. Gotta edit this podcast episode too. It's all over the place. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. So yeah, I just thought I might as well. I probably can't record. I probably can. It's probably just me being a lazy ass, but I just thought I'd record this in advance, get as many things done as possible in advance before doing any, like, the hectic week comes next week. By the way, the reason why I can't really shoot the music video right now this week, this is boring stuff, talking about my schedules and whatnot. But now that I've started the conversation, I can't really go back. I'll just wrap it up quickly. The reason why I can't shoot the music video, guys, is because I have not got the equipments for it. I ordered a bunch of stuff for the video. I've got a few ideas, but I've ordered a bunch of stuff. But the delivery is taking so long. Not to mention that it's the weekend. And the delivery women have to get the rest too on Sundays. And I find myself wasting a little too much time checking my live update on where my package is at. Do you guys do that? Like, where you're waiting for a particular package to come, and you're just like, I need this right now. And why is it stuck at this storage place? It's been stuck in that storage place for the last 30 minutes. Or 30 hours. It sometimes takes 30 hours. But I find myself checking in on my delivery, like, barcode things. Just an unhealthy amount of time. Like, at least, like, 3 times an hour. And it's already over the usual like working hours today. So I'm gonna, and it's my delivery app says it's still stuck at the delivery place, the storage place. So I've given up on today. Probably gonna get my equipment next week, because tomorrow's Sunday. Do you guys... Today was a seriously dumb day for me. Just spent so many fucking hours just on dumb shit. Like, I did nothing. Yet, I did so many useless things. Like, I spent a good 2 hours on like, I guess it's an equivalent of Craigslist, I guess, in Korea. It's like, it makes you scroll, man. This app called Carrot. It's literally called Carrot, but in Korean, Tangun. It's called Carrot Market. But it basically shows you all the stuff that people are selling nearby, locally. And I just find myself looking at weird stuff like, oh, somebody's giving out screws, cables, and broken lamps for free. And I'm like, I could get this. It's free after all. I could get this. I don't need a screw. I don't need broken lamps. But it could come in handy. It's like looking at baby clothes too. Like, it's a nice cloth. Like, that's a nice piece of clothing right there. Looked at some sofas. Because I want some sofas in my room. Although, even though I know there is no way for me to carry a giant ass sofa back home on my own without a car. It doesn't even, it probably doesn't even fit in a taxi. So I spent like a good 2-3 hours on that. And also it's Black Friday week. So therefore, of course, I have to spend another 2-3 hours looking at various plugins for my musical projects. And yes, one could make the justification of, oh, is to increase the quality of my music quality. And I did actually end up splurging a few dollars on some plugins. Hey guys, it's for enhanced quality for my music. Yeah, so I spent a bunch of hours on finding a bunch of Black Friday deals for music plugins and instruments, and also that kind of made a weird segue into like me watching another couple of hours watching YouTube videos of people reviewing plugins, which actually just didn't help because it ended up making me want to buy all of them. So that's all I did. That's all I did today. That's all I did. And so I'm recording this as a desperate attempt for me to at least end this day having done at least one thing. Just one thing. Maybe it'll motivate me to do more work after doing it. After recording something, after doing something other than looking at people giving away free screws and sofas and clothing hangers. Yeah, people give those out for free. Anyways, yeah, that was my unproductive day today. As not nice. Not very productive. But hopefully if you're having an unproductive day, maybe this will give you some solace, hopefully. You're not alone. I'm here. I'm here wasting away my life. Looking at stuff on the internet. Looking at stuff that I don't need. For 6 freaking hours. Oh, help me. Somebody help me. Oh, God. Okay, there were actually a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. Let's actually turn this into a little segment. Let's like compartmentalize this into a little segment. So first, I give you a little update, a little world news update from me. And I call it Sue's Dummy News. And I'm going to have to make a little, like, of course, the segment song for it. Sue's Dummy News, bringing you the best news in the dumbest ways possible. Welcome to Sue's Dummy News. A news where I talk about stuff. And don't take me seriously. Don't take a single word that I say seriously, because I don't know shit. But I will talk about some news because I'm interested in it. But I have no credibility with these things I'm about to say. I'm about to talk about. But welcome to Sue's Dummy News. I want to talk about Omicron, the new COVID variant that is scaring the shit out of the world, including myself. Well, actually, it would be an exaggeration if I said it's scaring the shit out of me. Because it's like, it hasn't quite, like, hit me yet. Korea still feels like it's in the middle of the pandemic. Like, I don't know about the States or Europe or, I don't know, New Zealand, Australia. I don't know the state of the world it is in. Maybe I've heard that a lot of this stuff is back to normal. I see people doing gigs, live shows, and concerts over in the United States of America. And I have a show lined up for next year in the States too. So I guess a lot of the things are loosened up back to kind of normal state in the States. But to be honest, in Korea, it still feels like everybody's on high alert. Like we're still very much in the height of the pandemic. And so I feel like I'm in one of those like mindset where it's like, oh, there's this new variant of COVID and it's like, oh, people are getting infected even though they're vaccinated. And I'm like, I read that and I'm like, damn. Of course, I don't want this to last longer than it already has. It's been freaking 2 years. We were expecting originally, I was told from Dr. Mike that it's going to take maximum a year at least to for the world to go back to normal again when this COVID thing first started. We're on year 2. I can't take more of this. We can't take more of this. But I'm also like, it really can't get any worse than it already feels here in Korea. We're still very much on high alert. Very much. But nonetheless, it's scary. It's scary, and it's not good news. It's bad news. Omicron. Apparently this quote unquote nickname, I don't know why they call it Omicron. Omicron. Sounds like a computer name, like a name for a computer hardware or something. Like Omicron 3rd generation with Core i16 with ultralight CPU. That makes no sense. I don't know shit about Omicron nor technical stuff, PC stuff. I don't know anything about it. So this Omicron, which apparently could be called new variant, but they're calling it new like a Omicron at the moment. But this thing has originated from South. I don't know if it's originated from South Africa, Southern Africa, but I think there's a widespread. Oh God, what is going on? My phone. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. It's very not polite of me to have turned my phone on sound while doing this important news. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, audience, for the interruption. Let us continue. Su Lee news. So yeah, I don't know if it originated from Southern Africa, but there's a high amount of cases of this variant across all South African provinces, and it's like spread across not just South Africa. It's been found in like some parts of Europe, some parts of Europe maybe, and also I've heard Hong Kong as well. So I'm assuming not yet in the States or like Korea. But I think the concern is that this specific variant has a higher risk of like, has a higher potency to like be spread. It's easier for it to be spread than like other variants. And apparently with COVID, there are like many other variants. It's just that it's not the power of the variant. I don't know what the scientific term for that is, but the power of the variant is not strong enough to cause enough concern. But this one, this Omicron, has more of these like spikes on its cells. It's called spike protein. which is the little spike on the virus that actually helps the virus to enter the human body. And apparently this, I guess, I'm assuming this Omicron variant has more of these spike proteins that make it easier for it to be spread than other variants. So yeah, so many countries are now like implementing travel restrictions again, especially from like Hong Kong or like South Africa. Some of the countries that have had cases of this variant. I don't know if Hong Kong is part of it. I've definitely read somewhere that Hong Kong is one of the countries that have had these have had Omicron variants identified and found. Yeah, Hong Kong as well. Yeah, and other places like Botswana and Israel. So yeah, there's some travel restrictions, and there are speculations that even if you have been vaccinated, you could get this COVID variant. Damn. Not good. Not great. And I guess I've also read an article where like Pfizer, Moderna, I've always found it really hard to pronounce the name. Moderna, I might as well just call it Moderna. Yeah, so Pfizer and Moderna and like Johnson & Johnson and other these companies making these vaccinations are hopping onto this and like getting to the bottom of this and try to see if their vaccines are effective against this new variant, and maybe they'll make some little tweaks to the vaccinations that could be taken as booster shots, maybe, to prevent people from getting the new variant COVID. But apparently it's going to take a few weeks until like scientists can actually find out more about this thing. Having said this, it's also apparently, like, I'm saying apparently a lot because of course none of the things that I'm saying is credible. But having said this, like, South Africa, apparently like only 24% of South African citizens population is fully vaccinated. And that's not a lot, considering like something like 80%, 90% for like the States. And I think something similar in Korea for at least the first dosage. And I think it's slightly less for the second doses. The second shot in Korea, but we definitely have higher than 25%. A lot of the countries definitely have higher than 25% vaccination percentage. So I don't know, maybe that's the reason why there has been a massive number of cases of this new variant in South Africa. Not actually just because this new Omicron is just this like super powerful variant virus that is going to infiltrate all vaccines. Maybe it's due to the low vaccination rate in South Africa. I don't know. We'll have to see. But let's try not to panic, and let's hope. Let's hope for the best. 'Cause damn, Jesus, God, universe, Allah, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Genie, whoever there is out there, I don't know who's listening or who's not listening. I don't know if you're out there, you gotta give us some break. I think humanity deserves a little better for 2022. I know we've done some terrible shit. Us humans, I know. I know. I've done some terrible shit too. I've farted in the public and just walked away casually. I've shoplifted before too, as a young kid. I've done many, many wrong things. We create, and us humans as a whole, we've done some terrible, terrible shit. Yes, I know. And I'm sorry. But it's been a tough 2 years, the tough last 2 years for us. We really can't afford 2022 to be another year of room hermit life. Although, frankly speaking, with COVID or without COVID, I personally am going to still have to fight the struggle of breaking free from the habit of being a room hermit. But that is irrelevant. I think us humans, we need 2022 and onwards to be okay. It needs to be okay. Please, just make this go away. Please, we can't. We really can't afford this. Also, I really can't afford to cancel my shows either. I'm looking forward to my first tour. Genie, Tinkerbell, Allah. Don't make me cancel it. I had to pay freaking $10,000 for the visa alone, and I'm probably not going to even make any money on this tour. So we can't do this. You can't do this to us. Get rid of this Con, or what's it called? Omicron. Make this Omicron or whatever crons, whatever Omis, make them go away. Or make the vaccine stronger, or make it just don't. We can't. So no panic, guys. We can I'm sure it'll work out. No need to panic in advance. Although that is the tendency with us overthinkers. We can't let that what is wrong with my head? What is wrong with my mouth? We can't let it take advantage of us. This overthinking tendency. We can't. Let's see how this rolls out. Let's trust the big brainers, the scientists. In the meantime, wear your masks still. Don't forget to wear your masks. Of course, also get vaccinated, please. That's the best we can do for now. Keep your distance. Get vaccinated. Don't spit into other people's faces. Don't sneeze into other people's armpits or into nostrils, or don't fart in the public. And we'll do our best in the meantime. Hopefully this Omicron isn't something serious. Okay, that's Omicron. Well, I guess I can move on to the next segment, which also means I get to sing another song. Timestamp time. I gotta find a smarter way for me to make this time, take a record of this timestamp. What? Hold on. Okay. That was a long silence. I don't know how long of a silence that is. But if it was long, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm losing track of time. I'm hungry. I wanted to talk about... I wanted to cover more topics from that was suggested from you guys. Some of you guys. As posted on my Instagram survey. My Instagram questionnaire. Guys, what do you want me to talk about? I asked a few days ago on my Instagram story. There were some interesting topic suggestions that I covered, some of which I covered in the last solo episode. But there were some other pretty interesting ones that I wanted to talk about. So, this is Sully answers some questions or topics from you. Wow. Welcome to another segment of Overthinkers Society. I got a suggestion of topic from You're in Treble. Ha ha ha. Ha. You're in trouble. I get it. You're in trouble. I get you. I get you, girl. Or boy. Or they. Or it. Or... Sorry, I don't know what your pronoun is, but... I get you. I don't know what your gender is. I mean... I get you. You're in trouble. You're in trouble asks how to take care of your skin. Now, I'm no dermatologist, but I have had my fair share of history with a physical and also mental struggle with stuff like acne, the overabundance of facial oil. That is not a pretty sight to see, and I have had ample number of comments on several of my videos on YouTube or, I don't know, Instagram, wherever, saying, Sue, your forehead, I like your shiny forehead. Thank you, but that's oil right there. I've also been... I was not bullied, but like one of my nicknames when I was in school was like Marble Head. Because my forehead would be so shiny from all the oil that was excreted from my pores. So shiny. So shiny it could reflect those who watch it, who see it, who look into it. So yeah, I've had my fair share of like skin problems. I know I also got like eczema too. I've suffered, I know there are worse cases, but I've suffered quite severely as a kid, like as a baby. Like pretty serious case. It did fortunately get better as I grew up, but I still live with it, and it kind of I get like really bad eczema and like really bad rashes especially whenever I get like stressed pretty hard. I think it's like a chronic thing that just comes up every once in a while. Yeah, so there's some skin problems I've had in the past, still currently too. But there's some stuff that I have learned to do better to at least alleviate some of the mental and physical troubles that can come from having skin problems. I think one of the most common and the most problematic and the most troublesome one for me, and for all, like, for the general, like, public, probably for the general population, would be acne. Like, acne can, like, really mess up your, it can mess up your skin, of course, if it's not treated properly. But if it can really mess up your like self-confidence, because it's like really visible. Like the same with eczema too. Eczema, like it would be better if it's like, if it happens, if it comes up, if eczema like flares up on like less visible parts of your body. But for me, it's like, it has always been like my neck, or like my arms, my legs. So if it's like eczema or like acne, those are like visible stuff. And yeah, eczema is really bad. I actually around last year, I think it was last year's summer, around summer. So that was like, I think that was right after or right before. I think it was right after, not so long after, like, I'll Just Dance. So it was like the year before, actually. No, I don't remember, but it was like during my YouTube, like, I'm still on YouTube, but like when my YouTube first like broke out, like it first grew exponentially, I started simultaneously getting severe acne. I wouldn't say like severe, of course, like varies depending on people's standards, but it was pretty severe for me in the sense that I'd never gotten acne that bad before in my entire life. And it would just be all over fortunately, it wasn't like one of those like really like explosive ones, like it's like blobs of redness of a little mini volcano on your cheek that is like literally about to explode. It wasn't like one of those, but it's like little redness that like just plumps up just a little bit, but a lot of them across my whole face, especially around my cheek area next to my nose. And man, I have never been so grateful that I had a shitty camera at the time. And yeah, mind you, I had a shitty camera at the time. Like I was using my phone or something. And sometimes even my webcam too on my PC, which is like very, very not good quality. But the upside to that is that it would just cover up all the blemishes. So you wouldn't be able to see the acne on my face due to the poor resolution of the video. But you could probably see marks of it too. Like I can show you guys. It's like literally sounds like me bragging about my terrible skin history. I'm not bragging about it. This is nothing to brag about, but it's just I'm just saying it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant to go through that, and it really messed up my mentality. I was not it was not nice. It just didn't feel nice. I really didn't want to be on camera. I really didn't want to be on it. I didn't want to take selfies. If I did take selfies, it would have to be like super duper filtered, like super airbrushed. I wanted it to be like hold on, let's go. We have to go all the way back. Yeah, I think it was around this time. Okay, hold on. Maybe it was this. Yep. As oh god, you guys probably didn't hear any of that just now. Because I actually disabled the recording. But just to give you some little like pictures here. Incidentally, I wrote a song called I Feel a Little Ugly Today. Because it really did mess up. It just really did make me feel ugly. Like it really doesn't look that serious in the video actually, but in reality, like, it was like this was actually getting better. It would just be all over my cheeks, and I guess I can't really find those times because I just didn't want to be on camera, just didn't want to shoot on days when I had these things on my across my face. So yeah, it was not nice. It was not pleasant at all. But it also did make me like force me to like study a little more about my own skin, but also like ingredients in cosmetic products and like ways to properly take care of my skin, which I realized I was not doing properly at all prior to learning about it. I was doing it all wrong, guys. And I thought I was doing a pretty decent job. That's why I was like, when I would get these like acne flare-ups, I would be like, why is this happening to me? I'm doing everything right. I'm buying the right skincare products. I'm washing my face in the proper way. I am doing this, that. Why am I getting this? And turns out I wasn't doing any of it properly. One thing was like one and the most prominent thing that I realized I was doing wrong was the skincare products. Definitely. And I've always like, the way I would buy skincare products before was I would literally just pop into a drugstore. Drug shop sounds a little different than what I intended it to. What I intended. Drug shop doesn't sound like a drugstore, even though it could be translated as the same thing. Anyways, the way I would buy skincare products is I would just pop into a drug store and would buy weed, and then I would smoke the hell out of it. No, just joking. I would pop into a drugstore and I would like go to the skincare aisle or like, I don't know, moisturizer aisle or something, and would just read all the like the front page label. So like if it's like Neutrogena or something, I would like read where the big ass Neutrogena logo is and the product name or whatever. And I'll like read its effects. So if the company had labeled the box on the box like, this is effective for acne prone skin, I would be like, okay, hell yeah, I got acne. I want to solve my acne problems. And it says it's suitable for acne skin. So on and so forth for all my skincare products. I didn't look at any of the ingredients because I don't know shit about them. I sucked at chemistry. I couldn't be bothered. And also there's so many like ingredients in these products too. So that's how I would basically buy cosmetic products. And turns out when companies say it's good for acne prone skin, it's actually got some shit in it. Got actual shit that can ruin your skin and make your acne worse. And I learned this by like searching up the ingredients. And I know this is hard for some of for those who just don't have the right tools. Like, honestly, there are like hundreds of ingredients in one like skincare product. Like, there's no way you can spend, you've got enough time to like Google every single ingredient. But I found a savior, like a lifesaver app, like a phone application for me, which is called Hwahe in Korea. And it's unfortunately a Korean like application. So I think the majority of the products listed there are K products, like K skincare products. But the good thing about this app is that it would like literally like label in red, yellow, and green of all the ingredients in a product. And it would like actually make it easier for you to figure out which product has what in it and if it's good for your skin type or bad. And so I literally, like, after searching up all the products that I had been previously using, I was shocked to know that not a single one was doing anything beneficial for my skin. Like, all of them had either like inflammatory ingredients, or it would be like it blocks your pores, which is obviously not a good thing if you're suffering from acne, or like it would just be really, it would irritate the skin so much. Like, all of these products I was using, they were saying it's good for acne prone skin, and then I actually look up into the ingredients, they were like not good at all. So I got rid of all my, I know it's like 100, I spent a lot of money too on these products like previously, but I got rid of all of them and purchased new ones and kept it really basic, like foam cleanser for washing up my face, serum, which is like the little drippy watery stuff that you put on right after you wash your face, and cream, moisturizer. The end. That's it. With the right ingredients. That doesn't block your pores or irritate your skin, but still gives it enough moisturizing effects to not dry it out so much so that it actually induces even more acne, because dry skin actually induces more your skin to produce more oil, I think, hence more acne. I think that's how it works. Take this with a grain of salt, but I do know it for one thing, that like extra dry skin can actually, even if you've got oily skin, trying to intentionally like dry it out, quote unquote, dry it out with lack of moisturization can actually cause more acne and trouble. So yeah, I selected like a very minimal number of products, and they weren't even expensive either. They were not expensive at all. They were far less expensive actually than the stuff that I was using before. If you guys want me to like get more into like the specifics of these products that I use, let me know in the comments. I'll do like I'll do my skincare routine. It'll be like a super short one though, because it's like I literally use 3 products. That's it. I'll get more into it, but it really was a game changer for me. Like, and it takes a lot of patience too though, because it's like it's not an overnight thing where like, oh, you change your moisturizer and your skin becomes miraculously becomes like smooth and clean and no blemishes whatsoever in a single day. But it's like diligently like washing your face diligently and using these products persistently enough for them to actually do its job. And before I knew it, like, it just, skin cleared up pretty nicely. I'm pretty satisfied with my skin now. I'm okay with it. Like, I still get troubles before, especially before like my period and stuff. And also in conjunction with some crazy appetite that is not pleasant, because I always end up with a food baby that just makes me want to puke my whole intestines out. Period sucks. PMS sucks. But anyways, it did wonders for me. I also had, and that was like one of my biggest changes that I made that in my skincare routine that really made a big difference for me. But there are other things too, like there are other things that are kind of a no-brainer, but something that I didn't really, nor anybody else, like a lot of people don't really realize how important it is for getting your skin healthy. Things like changing your bed sheets, changing your pillow covers frequently, or changing your face cloth that you use after you wash your face frequently, or washing your face frequently. Not too frequently though, but twice a day. Okay. But I used to sometimes wash my face 3 or 4 times a day in order to prevent, quote unquote, my oily skin, which I realize is a stupid thing to do, because back to the whole dryness situation, it dries out your skin too much that it produces even more oil eventually. Little habits too that made big difference. Like these. Also, if you find yourself, if you're a woman listening to this, and you have some a mid-level severe PMS, or pretty high severe PMS, in which case I'm assuming you would already have sought help. But if you have some sort of a mild case of PMS, premenstrual syndrome, premenstrual syndrome, and also all the while experiencing some pretty serious breakouts, maybe it's a hormonal thing for you too, because I realized that I hadn't realized it was because of my pretty irregular bad hormone levels. Estrogen, I think it's the balance between estrogen and other hormones in your body. But when that gets fucked up, it can really mess with your menstrual cycle, but also your skin, also your physical energy levels, and so on and so forth. It can really mess up a lot of stuff, including your skin. So if you're experiencing some sort of some level of PMS, but also acne, then you might, it could potentially be due to hormones. And I have been taking medication for my hormones, which also did a lot of help to relieve my skin problems due to the hormonal levels. So yeah, that is how I personally think is how to take care of one's skin. I think the less the better as well. Yeah, of course you can give yourself a face mask every once in a while if you want to. If you're feeling fancy, go to a dermatologist, get a little treatment or something. Don't get a chemical peel though. Those chemical peels I heard is just terrible. It just does not do you well. But if you're feeling fancy and want to go to a salon every once in a while, give yourself a face mask. That's fine, I think. But in general, I think the best way to go about it is just do these little trivial things like wash your face frequently, not too frequently, twice a day, change your bed sheets, change your face cloth, change your pillowcase. Use the minimum amount of product with the right ingredients. And that would probably require some research, but it's totally worth it. And not too much. You don't have to use like 16 steps of skincare routine that takes like a whole hour for you to apply. That shit is bullshit, I personally think. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. I think that's the healthiest way to go about it. I think. In my humble opinion. Humble opinion. Damn, I was going to talk about a lot of more stuff, but it's already been an hour. Well, I'll cover more stuff in the next episode. But thank you for guys for listening this podcast. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast, this episode. My fellow overthinkers. Thank you. Till next episode. Take care, guys. Outro song. Here we go. Boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-boo-boo. Bye-bye, overthinkers. This song is so lame, cause all the songs I sang in this episode sounds the same, but goodbye anyways. Bye.